Hi everyone, Thomas Hyman here, founder and CEO of Realty Partners, and I want to welcome you to today's Hangout session regarding mastering lead generation on Facebook. And whether you're on live here right now or tuning in later, thank you so much for investing your time and spending this half hour, 45 minutes with me. I did enable a Q&A feature, so you should be able to post Q&As on your page that you're viewing right now. I believe on the right-hand side, either at the bottom or at the top, there's a Q&A icon, and you can ask questions, and I will answer them later. Also, I will give you at the end my personal email address for you to contact me. So if you have any questions at all, then please feel free to contact me. About myself, prior to real estate, I really was primarily a technology entrepreneur. I got involved with online services back in the late 80s. If any of you remember those days, we had Genie and CompuServe were the two text-based online services at the time, and then later Prodigy and America Online were added to it. And I've been part of the online and internet world ever since then. Started the world's first web hosting and e-commerce company in the mid-90s. And so I've always been a technology freak of sorts and been really, really intimately involved as it developed. Facebook is a quite amazing phenomena in a sense that it really took off and exploded and has at this point well over 500 million users, of which over 100 million users log on every single day. And so it's almost become the internet for a lot of people. A lot of people, when you talk to them about the internet, it's really Facebook that they're using. From a marketing perspective, Facebook really is offering two channels, if you will. One is to establish a Facebook page and then promote that Facebook page in hopes of getting many, many likes. And then through their algorithms, when you post properties or when you post stories on that page, a percentage of your viewership or the people that follow you will get to see that page, so that post. So if you have 1,000 followers on your Facebook page and you post something, then maybe, 80 to 100 people, about 10% at the most, will be exposed to that in their newsfeed. So that's one way to promote, and real estate agents, for the most part, that's the extent of promotion that they do on Facebook. And so many agents just try aggressively to get as many likes as possible, and on the personal page to get as many friends as possible. But even if you end up getting 1,000 or a couple of thousand likes on your page, the truth is that only a very small percentage of those people will actually get to see anything that you post to that page. So it's not really a very effective marketing tool. And most of the people that are following you are probably not even prime candidates for your services. Facebook allows another thing, which is the boosting of posts and then very, very carefully targeting the audience. And that's what I'm going to look at today and walk you through a little bit, because that is really the Achilles heel and the holy grail to lead generation. We spend a lot of money on lead generation ourselves. We do very aggressive Google AdWords, pay-per-click marketing. And our cost per lead, if we take everything into account, can be as much as $20 per lead. And so if you're an agent and you're investing your money and you're getting $20 per lead, and you might get a 3% conversion ratio of that, the numbers still make sense at the end if you make a $10,000 commission, but it is a huge upfront investment, especially when you're looking at the time to nurture leads and so forth. I have found with Facebook that you can generate leads for as little as $2 a lead, which is a tenth of the cost that you're spending on lead generation using aggressive pay-per-click advertising, for example. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen now. And here we go. And let's take a look at what we need to do lead generation on Facebook. There are a couple of items. Obviously, number one, you will need to have an IDX lead capture website. So by that, I mean an IDX website that people can use to search for properties, because that's really what consumers want. They want to be able to go somewhere and search for properties, and then they want to be able, you need to be able to capture them, because if somebody comes to your website and they look at a bunch of properties, but you don't capture them, then it doesn't do you any good. And so from a marketing perspective, I see so many websites or agents that, they don't want to upset someone, so they don't ask for lead registration, and they don't force that issue. They just think that somebody will click on the register for site link that they might have at the top, and that just does not work. You can spend yourself into oblivion. You're not going to generate any business from your website. So you need to have a website that meets the customer's needs, awesome IDX search functionality, and it has to have a great lead capture mechanism built in. I mean, an awesome lead capture mechanism. And I can tell you right there, the differences can be day and night. You can have an awesome website and have 10 people come to your website and capture 5 of them, and you can have a very average, lame IDX website and 100 people come to your website and you capture 2. So you want to have the right tool. And I actually did a webinar training on that subject. And I don't know if you can see that here on the right-hand side. I'm going to share now a link to the training that I did. It was called Real Estate Keys to Success, a Strong IDX and Lead Generation Website. If you cannot see that item, then email me at the end. I'm going to share it again towards the end, but email me, and I will happily send you a link to that that training. And it's, I think, a very important training. The second thing you need is a Facebook business page, and that is different from your personal page. So you must have a Facebook business page. I have a few myself, and they're free. You can set up as many as you want. So if you just have a personal Facebook page, you cannot do what I'm going to show you on your personal page. You need to set up a separate business page for your real estate business. And it's very easy. If you don't know how to do it, Google how to set up a Facebook business page, and you'll find plenty of tutorials that take you through step by step. And again, it's absolutely free. Don't pay someone to set up a business page for you. That's ridiculous. And then you need to have a small marketing budget to run these ads. I spend $20 an ad, and so when you spend $20 and you get between 6 and 12 leads, that's a pretty good return on your money. You can stretch the budget further. You can spend $60 or $80 and just do it over a longer period of time. And I'm going to show you how that works in a few minutes. But you obviously need to have a small marketing budget. Even if it's just $40 a week, but need to have some small marketing budget to get started. And again, remember that leads, no matter where you're getting from, are a numbers game. If you can convert 3%, you're doing a good job. If you can convert 5%, you're doing an awesome job. What does that mean? That means that you need to get 100 leads, and then 3 of them are going to materialize. So it is a numbers game, and you have to follow up on those leads diligently, which is a different subject altogether. We might do a training on that down the road. But so if you just spend $20 or $40 and you get 10 leads or 15 leads, and then quit because none of them turned into a buyer, then you're just completely missing the boat. So lead generation is a numbers game, and I would say make 3% a benchmark, 5% you're doing great, 10% that would be absolutely unbelievably awesome. I don't know anyone that does 10%, but 5% is definitely doable with great follow-up. So let's take a look at the components and basically what I do. So here I have a Facebook business page. This is for me, myself, and I'm going to switch over to Realty Partners now, which is our real estate business page. And so your business page looks very similar to your personal page. The only difference is that you don't get friends, people like your page. So here we got 180 likes on this page. I got 505 likes on the other page. And so the people that like your page, they're your followers, and they will be exposed to your posts when you just post something on there. Also, you can have here your your reviews. People can go and post reviews on your on your Facebook business page, and so you can build up some credibility for yourself. But this is what we're going to use as the tool to market your advertisement. Now, the first thing you need is a ad, and basically what I do is find an awesome listing on my IDX site, and then I'm going to promote that. So let's say, for example, we're in Sarasota, Florida, obviously, and we're going to look for a nice area here. I got some predefined searches here. Let's say in Palmer Ranch. And I'm going to look now for homes in Palmer Ranch. I really want to find a great deal, something that's going to get someone's attention in Palmer Ranch. And so what I'm looking for is like the best, hottest deal in Palmer Ranch that I can then promote and market. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill down the search a little bit, because I want to find the best home. And I'm going to go to more options here. Actually, let me go back to where I was. I'm just going to go property type, single family, because I don't want condominiums, in Palmer Ranch. I'm going to search for that. So it's going to narrow the search down a little bit. And by default, it's going to present highest price to lowest price. So I'm going to go ahead and go to lowest price. And two things that I found are great catches are either the best deal in a neighborhood or the newest listing that just came on the market, just listed. And the nice thing with IDX integration is that, brokers agree to share their listings via IDX. And so we have our IDX website here. And I'm just going to share a link to that public IDX listing on my Facebook page, which is perfectly all right to do. And so here we have one for $239.9, and that is the lowest price listing right now that I have here in Palmer Ranch. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the link for this property. And so here I can see the property link, and your IDX website solution should have the same mechanism. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy the URL here, and I'm going to paste it into my Facebook post. And so basically, it's just going to start a post here on Facebook. So this is one way I can do it. Okay. Another way would be using the Facebook sharing icon that we have here within our website solution. But I'm going to do it this way. And right now we're not seeing the picture, but it's going to pull the picture in. Sometimes the photo will show up immediately. Sometimes the photo will show up after it's been posted. But it's really relevant in this case because we're just doing an example. Down here you can see, for example, a property that was listed. One of our agents posted a property. So that's the first step. And after you posted the URL here, you can actually delete the text, and the link will still be in there in the Facebook post. And so the first thing I'm going to do is think of a great headline, because like all advertising, if you just posted this, not a lot of people are going to click on it, so you're going to have something that is really enticing for someone that looks at this ad, and that's really what's going to happen. An ad is going to pop up in the news feed of the people that are going to see it, and you want it to be enticing, So let's read about this a little bit. Wonderful 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. in gated Stony Brook community. Perfect. What a steal. Post price home in gated Stony Brook. Try to misspell that. Stony Brook, 2 O's, Brook. Community in Palmer Ranch. Prestigious. Oh, darn it. Never remember how to spell that word. Okay. Here we go. By the way, English is my second language, so you have to forgive me. I'm originally from Germany. Palmer Ranch. Actually, I'm going to make it what a steal at only $239.9. $239.9. So this is going to get someone's attention, and that looks pretty good to me. And I'm just going to post this right now. And immediately it's going to offer me the ability to post this thing, to boost this thing, to boost the post when I click on boost post. But I'm just going to click it on post right now. I don't want to boost it. I want to see what it looks like first. All right, and here we go. So this is what the post looks on your website right now. And when somebody clicks on it, they're taken to this page. And the way our system works, for example, when somebody clicks on it, the first image, they don't get prompted to register, but if they look at other properties and continue to search, then they will be prompted to register. So I want to just post it first before I boost it, because I want to make sure that this is going to look exactly the way I want it, because if it doesn't, I can go in here and I can either edit the post or I can even delete the post if there's something totally wrong with it. Once you boost it, it's pushed out there into the universe. Everything looks good. And now here is the key, and this is the reason why you cannot do this on your personal page. On your personal page, you cannot boost posts. If you want to still put it on your personal page as well, you can go ahead and share it, and you can share it onto your personal page. But to boost it, it has to be on a business page. So let's click here on boost. Now, here's the second mistake that a lot of real estate agents do. They say, oh, okay, I'm just going to boost this thing for $20. I'm going to get 2,900 to 7,600 people estimated. So Facebook is estimating how many people are going to see the post, and they're just going to go ahead and post it. Of course, it's going to be a total random sampling that will see that post, and so there's zero targeting, and you're just wasting your money, and you're going to get very few returns as a result. So targeting is the key. Just as if you were to do a direct mail campaign, and if you just send out postcards at random, you're not going to get a very good return. You have to target. So in this case, I have already set up a bunch of different targeting audiences here, but I'm going to show you how to create a target list yourself. So you can edit the audience or create a new audience. So I'm going to click on create a new audience, and I'm just going to call this here Palmer Ranch properties. Anytime I have a property in Palmer Ranch, I'm going to boost it. Now, the first step is it's going to ask you, where do you want to display it? So if they're going to show it to, let's say, 3,000 people, where are those 3,000 people going to be? Are they going to be here in Sarasota? Are they going to be in Canada? Are they going to be in West Africa? So you can target with Facebook exactly where the location of the people is. Now, this can be very helpful. Let's say you have a property in a, this could be one of your listings, let's say. You have a listing in a community that 80% of the people there are from Canada, from Toronto. Let's say a high-rise down in Lido Beach where the majority of people are either from Toronto, Canada, or from Montreal. You could go ahead and target this ad specifically to people in Toronto, because obviously they're going to be most interested in this property. In this case, I'm just going to look for local people here. And Palmer Ranch is a gated community. It's in Sarasota. I'm going to ask myself, who is this going to appeal to? Well, it's going to appeal to people that like gated communities. It's going to appeal to people that are into golfing. It's going to appeal to older people. You know, it's not going to be a 25-year-old person that's going to appeal to. But the first thing is targeting. So you can do location by country, state, province, or city. So you can show it to everyone in Canada, everyone in Florida, or everyone in Ontario, or everyone in Sarasota, Bradenton, Tampa, Miami, whatever. So in this case, I'm going to target cities, and I'm just going to go here within 25 miles of the city. And I'm going to put in Sarasota, Florida, and Bradenton, Florida. And now these rules are equally applicable if you, let's say, run some ads for your listing service. Let's say you want to attract people that are on the beach that want to list a condo. You could have a listing ad and target it to people using this kind of targeting. So I'm going to just display this to anyone in Sarasota and Bradenton, or 25 miles around it. So we'll still get, you know, Northport, Port Charlotte, and Palmetto, and all those areas around. And this would be to attract people that are locally here. If you want to attract people that move here from other areas, then of course you would target those areas. And if you're running ads in the summer, let's say, and you're looking for snowbirds that are coming down here in the fall, then that might be a better strategy. Now, age, obviously, I don't want 18-year-olds. So what I'm going to do for that area, I'm going to go to like 45 plus, 45 to 65 plus. Now, of course, if you're in a 55 plus community, then you would go to 55 plus. So you can target very narrow. You can have anyone that's only 55 years old, as opposed to a range. And you can also target whether they're men or women. So again, this becomes a very powerful targeting tool, because those 3,000 ads that are being served out would only be shown to those people. And now we're going to add some interests. So I can put in here gated community as an interest. I don't know if Palmer Ranch, that's Palmer Ranch Animal Clinic, so I'm not going to go there. But let's say, oops, gated community and golf, golf course. I'm going to go country club because it would be too high end. I mean, we're really appealing to people that want to live in a nice gated community and that really can't afford to spend $800,000 or $1 million or $1.5 million. So if you have that wishful thinking, you know, but your budget is really just in the $250,000, $300,000, then this is the kind of ad you want to do. Now, you may want to adjust the ad if you're looking for different clientele. If you go into, you know, Lakewood Ranch Country Club, for example, you would have a different price range, of course. But still, even in those price ranges, a certain key feature is going to get someone's attention, whether it's the best deal or just listed, freshest listing, get it before it's gone, or a very unique feature, or the largest home in a neighborhood, something of that nature. So I'm just going to stay with this here, with gated community, golf course, and golf. And now I'm going to hit save. So the estimated people reached is down a little bit because it's more targeted, but you're still going to get a significant number of people that are going to see that ad. And I'm going to go for it. Now, the last thing here is, do you want to boost this post for 3 days, or do you want to boost it for 1 day? You can, knock it all out in 1 day, or you can spread it over 3 days, or you can spread it out over 7 days. I always use the 3-day default, and then I click on boost. You're going to get a message back that is going to let you know that they're going to review it. So right now it's in review. So they have a review department that makes sure that this is all, all A-OK, nothing crazy, and then hit OK. Now this here is only visible for you. So anyone else coming to your website is not going to see that this is going to be, a boosted post. But what's going to happen now is that a couple of thousand people are going to see in their news feed over the next 3 days this ad. And when they click on it, they're taken to your website, and hopefully that website has an awesome lead conversion mechanism built in, where if they look at other things, a page will pop up and ask them to register, which is the lead registration, which will then kick off a message to you that, hey, Joe Schmo registered for a lead. And again, the critical thing here that you need to have, in addition to having a Facebook business page, is you need to have a lead generation website. And I have done a presentation on it, which is on our YouTube channel. It's on our Facebook page if you dig really, really deep. And I will be happy to email you a direct link to it that is going to walk you through an evaluation of what you really need in an IDX website solution. And I literally looked at all of the top providers and the pros and cons and what makes them different. And then, why we ourselves, we chose Commissions Inc. as our platform. But there are others out there as well. So take a look at that. You need to have an IDX website solution, because without it, of course, you won't be able to do anything. So again, your marketing budget, you can start out very, very small, $40 a week, one ad for 3 days, then another ad for 3 days. You will have to do some testing. You're going to find some ads will get you 3 or 4 leads, and others will get you 15 leads. So you're going to get a feeling for and an idea for what works in a different market. You're going to use different headlines in, let's say, Lakewood Ranch Country Club than you would in, some less expensive area, or on the beach. So you need to test it like anything else. But once you have a formula that really works, you could roll it out more aggressively. So you could, up the budget to $100 instead of $20 and do a $100 spread over a week, or even a $100 spread over 2 days. It all just depends on how many leads you want to generate yourself. Obviously, the more specific your targeting is, the smaller the audience is going to be. So you won't be able to send it out to hundreds of thousands of people that are very narrowly targeted. But it really, really works. And again, I've been able to get my costs down to about $2 to $3 per lead. The last ad I did, I got 13 registrations. 4 of them were just crap, Joe Tester kind of stuff. 9 of them were good, real life people with a real phone number and a real email. And so that's a pretty good return on the money. Next week, I'm going to talk about targeting. I'm going to have a different presentation altogether. And by the way, here's my information. for you to email me at thomas@realtypartners.com if you want to get a link to the presentation that I did on IDX websites. Next week, I'm going to talk about an amazing targeting tool that I came across. I just learned about it literally myself a week ago. And it is just mind-boggling that allows you to create prospect lists, direct mail lists that just really drills down people that live in a certain area, that make a certain amount of money, that have a certain age, that have a certain amount owed on their property or a certain amount of equity in their property and certain price range, that have lived there for so many years, that have owned the property for X years. I mean, you can really drill down and create incredibly effective targeted lists that will generate an amazing return on your investment. I did some research on it, and traditionally when you do direct mail marketing, you can look at a 3% average response over a year. So if you have a very tight, aggressive farm area, for example, campaign where you reach out to them every single month over a year, you can expect a 3% return. That's kind of industry average. With this tool that I'm going to talk about next week, you can expect a 10 to 15 and plus% return. Imagine being able to target an area and drill it down to the people that are most likely to sell their home next year, and then only target those people and getting a 10 to 15% response. It's pretty amazing stuff, and I want to share it with you guys because I know that you'll get value out of it. When I was working as an agent myself, when I was running my team, if I had access to that technology back then, it would have been just so amazing, better than anything I could have imagined. So anyhow, thanks for tuning in. I hope you got some good pointers out of today's presentation on generating leads on Facebook. Again, whether you want to generate 10 leads a week or 100 leads a week, you can do it relatively inexpensively. You need to have a business page. You need to have an IDX website solution. But it really is a gold mine, and not very many people understand how to do it. So if you target your ads, you have a good headline, you can do extremely well. And so if you have any questions, please email me or post a comment underneath this presentation, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And I hope to see you again next week when we're going to talk about amazing targeting. I haven't even come up yet with a title for that training, but I will. And I'm going to send out and post invites to the event and make sure that you'll get it. Till next time, thank you so much. This is Thomas Hyman, founder, CEO of Realty Partners, and I look forward to talking to you again. Bye-bye.